Another game for Manchester United up now, and with results going in Manchester United's favour in midweek, we are closing in on that third position, which is where I want Manchester United to finish. I think we can do it, and we're only 3 points behind Leicester City. Really much to improve from Manchester United. I was looking at a stat after, I think it was 18 Premier League games, and we were something like 13 points adrift in 8th position. And I know that Leicester City have fallen off an absolute cliff. We've still massively closed the gap on the likes of Chelsea and all the other teams that were above us. I think Spurs were above us and whatnot. So this has been massive for Manchester United. I think we're 15 games unbeaten now. It's really starting to look a bit different. And this game on paper is a game that Manchester United should be looking to be on the front foot again, looking to create chances and hopefully be exciting and score goals, to be honest. They're in very poor form, Bournemouth. I think they've won only a couple of games out of the last 10. I mean, they're in shocking form. They got hammered against Newcastle, who I don't even rate, to be honest, but Newcastle beat them 4-1 at their own ground, and they do look like a team that are going down to me. They really do. And, I mean, if Manchester United can't go into this game in confident mood after a 3-0 win away in Manchester United's books, a difficult away game against Brighton, then I don't know when we're going to be confident, to be honest. I really don't. We are by far and away the most informed team in the Premier League at the moment. There's no Liverpools, no Man Cities. None of them can compare with what Manchester United have done in recent form. And hopefully it can continue. That's the main thing, is can it continue. The biggest major concern for me would be if we get any injuries. For me, I think Solskjaer's got to keep sticking with this same team. We looked against Norwich. There was a real drop-off in form in that game against Norwich City away in the FA Cup. Yes, it was a hard game because it was away from home, but there was a real drop-off in performance from a lot of the team. That was because there was 8 changes to the starting lineup. The quality did drop down. Now, in this game, we've got to keep with that same team, I believe, or similar to, with barring any injuries, to that team we put out against Brighton. I think that the team pretty much picks itself now. I did say a week ago I thought David Hare should be maybe, or even could be dropped from the starting lineup, but he come back and was great against Brighton, so we'll keep him in goal. Back four is pretty much picking itself at the moment. Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof and Maguire. Obviously, if there's any injuries, then it will be, obviously if we drop anyone, it will be Williams coming in the left-hand side, and it will be Bay that come in for one of the centre-backs. If we ever get any injuries, we will have to wait and see, but hopefully we won't. But pretty much picks itself. And midfield's pretty much picking itself as well, to be honest, and so is the forward line. It is all pretty much picking itself, which is great. You're going to have Matic, Pogba and Fernandes. The only downside in that is, can Matic keep playing week in, week out, 3 games a week, with the games coming in quick succession at this moment in time? And this could be a game where he could bring him out and bring McTominay or Fred into the fold for this game. I wouldn't be surprised if he did that, to be honest. But that's one of the only changes I would see that he could potentially make, apart from maybe Brandon Williams at left back could potentially be another option. And in the forward front 3, he's got to keep with Martial, Rashford and Greenwood. Certainly Greenwood and Martial have got to be starting this game. I mean, Rashford's been a bit out of form since he's come back from injury, but the other two have been fine. I mean, a goal and assist for Greenwood in the game over Brighton, and he has just been sensational this season to me. Hopefully he can get better and continue. Needs to keep scoring, needs to keep creating to keep his place in the team. That is the problem for Greenwood. If he doesn't score, doesn't create, often Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has brought him out of the team. He hasn't played nowhere near enough football that he could have played. Certainly if he was at a Bournemouth or a club like that, he would have played every single game pretty much this season. He is that good. And it's just that Manchester United did bring in Dan James to Manchester United this season, and he struggled to get game time. But it is crazy to think the likes of Lingard and Pereira were getting in ahead of him at the start of the season, which I actually said at the time was madness. And I think that this is a big positive for Manchester United in our upturning form. Everyone's talking about Bruno Fernandes coming in and being the dog's bollocks, which he has. He's been absolutely fucking fantastic, and we know that. But also bringing in Greenwood into the fold more and more is definitely helping Manchester United to tap, because you haven't only got 2 forwards up there that can score goals and create goals now in Rashford and Martial. You've got a third one in Greenwood, and to top that off, you've got Bruno Fernandes, whose goal scoring and assist ratio so far at Manchester United has been absolutely outstanding. So you've now got 4 players that are doing that. And I'm not always sure that Dan James, he did get quite a few assists early doors. He's got a few goals as well, but I think he isn't the long-term solution for Manchester United out on that. Well, Greenwood, I'm not sure if he's the long-term solution out on that right-hand side, but so far his goal-scoring record and assist ratio when he's played out on the right wing has been phenomenal. I think he should really come inside to into the central position, in the striker position at some time over the next few months, and see if he can do, because I think that he probably will get more goals there. I really do, if he's in that central position. We have seen him a little bit in that central position for Manchester United, but not enough. And we probably won't see a lot of that between now and the end of the season, because Gallo will take that position if Martial doesn't play. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't put Greenwood on the substitutes bench. I wouldn't at all. And bring in Dan James, because he did play the whole game, Greenwood, against Brighton. But I think that he should be playing this game from the start. Try and get the job done, and then you can rest them sort of players for another game midweek. So overall, I've got to be confident going into this game. There's no point in not being confident going into this game. Every Manchester United fan should be confident, because we've been playing so well lately, and Bournemouth haven't been playing well. So it's an omen for Bournemouth to come to Manchester United and shock us and win 2-0 or something, isn't it? But no, I actually think Manchester United are going to win this game. I'm going to go for Manchester United winning this game 2-0. I'm not seeing enough of Bournemouth lately though, and seeing by the results, they just haven't been good enough. They really haven't been good enough. I'm not too sure who's going to get the goals for Bournemouth between now and the end of the season to keep them in the Premier League. They've got Josh King up front. I'm not too sure about what's happened to Callum Wilson. He didn't play in the last game against Newcastle, so he was probably their main goal threat up front. So they could cause us problems if he plays. I'm not too sure why he didn't play in that game. I haven't been following Bournemouth, but Josh King could score, could come back to haunt Manchester United. We were linked with him not too long ago. Not the sort of player that I would want to come to Manchester United, but he could cause Manchester United some problems. But they're a pretty poor side. They really are. They've squandered a lot of money on the likes of Dominic Solanke, who's been abysmal for them. Jordan Ibe was abysmal signing for them. They're not a good side to me, and I think Manchester United will get the job done in this game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that maybe Dan James should start in this game? Personally, I don't think he should start. I think that we should keep Mason Greenwood in the team. Is there any other changes besides maybe Matic coming out and maybe McTominay or Fred you would like to see come into the starting lineup? Like the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. If you're watching this on Facebook, please head over to All Things Man United and subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.